Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Incipio Silicrylic case for the Motorola DROID RAZR. You are more than welcome to check this case out over at its official homepage at any time, and that is going to be located at www.myincipio.com. And of course, do not forget to check it out on our own website as well at www.daydeal.com. So let's go and start things off by giving you the official technical specifications for the Incipio Silicrylic on the DROID RAZR. Please keep in mind that you can pull this information at any time from the official website for any Incipio product. Okay, if you click on the product description, you will go ahead and see these tech specs there. Please use this resource. It's very helpful in comparing different Incipio products, especially if they're both for the same phone. Now moving on to the measurements for the Silicrylic, as you can see, its length is 133.2 millimeters, its width is at 71 millimeters, its depth is 12.6 millimeters, and its weight is 1.3 ounces, which off the top of my head I believe should be about 37 grams or 38. Please double check that. I think I got it wrong in my previous video for the feather, but I digress. You see that measurement for thickness right there underneath length? That's actually a measurement from Incipio just to be a little bit fancy, a little bit cute, if you will, because that actually measures the case at its thinnest part. And the thinnest part of the Silicrylic is going to measure at 2.7 millimeters. Okay, so there you go. Now the Silicrylic is available in 4 colors, guys. I actually have all 4 colors to show you today in this particular video. Starting on the left-hand side, let's go and remove that insert right there. No longer need it. You have black with black. In the center is dark purple with dark gray. On the right-hand side is dark gray with light gray. And being this is Day Deal on Display, we have to always check out the white case whenever possible. We will be showcasing the white with hot pink version of the Silicrylic on our dummy version of the DROID RAZR in just a moment. All Silicrylic cases do come with their own vanity kit, which is Incipio's nickname for a screen protector kit, and it always includes 3 pieces. You have a Incipio applicator card, an Incipio branded microfiber cleaning cloth, and of course a screen protector for your DROID RAZR. And for those of you who are curious what type of screen protector this is, it's nothing fancy. It's your standard screen protector, so it's not anti-glare, anti-fingerprint, privacy, or anti-mother-in-law, etc., stuff like that. It is just your standard clear protector. All right. Now, for those of you who are checking out this video, I can only assume a couple of things. 2 off the top of my head is that 1, you owned a Silicrylic case before for another phone and you really liked it so much that you wanted to check it out for the DROID RAZR, or 2, you saw the Incipio feather and just thought, you know what, that's a little bit too minimalistic for my taste. I just need something a little bit beefier, and that's why you're checking this out. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because the Silicrylic is really an odd design on the DROID RAZR. Okay, I'm not too sure why they decided to make it this way. Okay, I don't want to be overly negative, so I'm not. All right, but it's very strange. They made some strange decisions when designing this, and I'm not too sure if it's going to get on the nerves of everyone. I'm not too sure if everyone's going to agree with it. Some folks may think it's very, very trivial and just love the case for what it is, like we do. But other folks may find it a little bit too odd, and you know what? I'll let you guys decide for yourself. Okay, now the Silicrylic is a layered case, a very popular design nowadays, meaning that it consists of multiple layers put together to fit on your phone and protect it, but they all have to work in unison, etc., etc. Used to be known as hybrid cases, but now they're called layer cases, and it is comprised of 2 main layers, a silicone skin layer as well as a polycarbonate shell layer. This goes over the skin respectively, and on the silicone skin layer you can see how beautiful it really is. Incipio always has a nice finish on their products, especially their skins. They have a coating on it, in which we refer to as an anti-static coating, meaning that it's lint resistant. Doesn't mean that it's lint proof, but since it's lint resistant, you can actually clean it off with your hands. You're not adding more lint to it, and of course if you run it underwater, it's going to be like brand new, etc., stuff like that. This may seem trivial to some folks, but believe me guys, if you ever own a product that has a very lint friendly skin on it, at least the silicone part anyway, it can really kind of get on your nerves because it looks very, very ugly. It turns black into gray, white into gray, and any other color into like a weird brownish, because you have just so much dirt and dust stuck to your skin cover. Okay, now moving on to the polycarbonate layer. Once again, another beautiful finish from Incipio. It's very smooth to the touch, and it also has a matte finish to it as well, so it's not glossy reflective, but it does have a sheen to it, so it's not completely dull. For some folks out there who find this important, this is very easy to slide in and out of pockets, and we found the Silicrylic to be very easy to slide in and out of pockets, even though the silicone skin sticks out. Because remember, this is a little bit more slick than what you're used to. So if that's a concern for you guys, have no worries with the Silicrylic case. Now moving on to the more interesting design points of the Silicrylic, let's go ahead and install it on our dummy version of the DROID RAZR right now, and then I'll go ahead and continue talking because it's going to make a lot more sense when you see it on the phone and you're wondering what I'm referring to. All right. So installation is relatively straightforward. Just going to go put the skin in and then go ahead and clamp the shell around it, or clasp the shell around it. And once everything lines up in place, this is how the Silicrylic looks on the DROID RAZR. And as you can see, it's a very odd design. So first thing you'll notice right away is that the top of the Silicrylic is fully exposed. Okay, now we can understand this decision. There's a lot of stuff on the DROID RAZR on the top. Okay, you have the speaker, you have the camera lens, you have the LED flash, you have the USB port, the HDMI port, the audio jack, and on the front you have the sensors as well, and the front facing camera. So it's because all of that jazz, we understand why Incipio said, you know what, we don't want to bother with it, let's just go ahead and leave it open. But we felt it was just odd looking, and it's just not really up to Silicrylic tradition, so I'm not too sure that sacrifice was good. Okay, the second interesting design issue, or flaw if you want to refer to it as, is that you notice that the fit of the Silicrylic is very loose, and you may be wondering, why is that so? Well, heck guys, the top is cut off. There's nothing to restrain it into place. Does that kind of make sense to you? These little claws right here on the corner, they're doing their best, but there's not really anything bracing them. Okay, so that's why this fit is a little bit loose. It's very strange. And third, near the micro SD card slot, this right here is very loose, and we just didn't think it was kind of up to Incipio standards as far as the Silicrylic goes. As you can see right there, it just doesn't really sit flush in place. Once again, that is due to the top design, because there's nothing pulling it, there's nothing stretching it. It has to be that way. Now, ultimately, this causes the lip on the Silicrylic to be a little bit odd, because technically it's there and it looks deep, and it does keep your phone elevated up and away from a surface you are resting it against, which is a good thing. All right. However, since it's loose, you can't always rely on that, and more importantly, if you happen to drop your phone, if that impact is a little bit odd, maybe kind of off center, I know it sounds a little bit esoteric, but what I'm trying to get at is that you can't just depend on this lip, because it's just really not that tight on the DROID RAZR. So, well, there you go. Now, since I just showed you the top already, you know what to expect. Everything is exposed. Now, some folks may actually prefer this design due to the fact that there's so much stuff on the DROID RAZR, and having the Silicrylic on it will not interfere with any of those operations on the top. Okay, so your phone is almost as good as if it were naked. Moving on to the side, you have a nice large opening for the micro SD card slot, so no worries there. Okay, you have full access to it. On the side, you have three coverings, one for the camera button, I believe, as well as the other two for the volume up and down rocker switch. Those are very easy to press and they stick out. However, remember, due to the loose fit, it is a little bit awkward feeling at first. You do have to get used to it, but there it is. Moving on to the back, you have an opening for the one of the microphones on the DROID RAZR. I'm not sure which one that is, as well as the just to show you the rear opening due to the open top on the back for the camera lens, LED flash, and the speaker. And that is it, guys, for the Incipio Silicrylic case on your DROID RAZR phone. So taking all of the designed things that I mentioned during this video review, like I said, I don't want to call them flaws because to each their own, it's really something you guys have to think about. At least that's my personal opinion. Okay, so watch this video maybe once or twice, get a different opinion on it. If you can, check out other reviews. I would really suggest you guys just do your research, do your homework on this product, and see if it's right for you. Okay, or just find a store with a generous return policy, whatever works out for you. That's actually a lot easier. I would say that this time around, the Incipio Feather is the better product by far. It's designed way more with the intention of keeping to the slim profile of the DROID RAZR. It feels right, and everything about it, it just makes more sense than the Silicrylic case. And like I said, this is not necessarily a bad product, but it's kind of dicey on the way they design some things. So I'll just go and leave it at that. But hey, it looks great. It does feel great. And if you can overlook the stuff that I talked about, well, it's just another great product from Incipio, so no surprise there. Check them out at the official homepage once more at myincipio.com. Feel free to check out our own website as well at www.daydeal.com. Feel free to keep following us on our YouTube channel and check us out on the other links on our fancy outro graphics. See you next video, guys.